BTS have returned with their fifth full-length album, Arirang, which is doing amazing on the charts as we reported before and drawing global attention with performances at Gwanghwamun Square and in New York. Today, we take a closer look at the comeback and the fan response with David Kim, content creator and adjunct professor at Kyungil University. Welcome back, David.
Hi, David.
Glad to be back.
All right, David. So the BTS comeback is drawing huge attention. And based on what we've seen so far, what would you say? Is the fifth album having already a successful start?
Oh, well, successful would be an understatement, I would say. Well, actually, today, real time, it debuted #1 on the Billboard 200, so that's a great start. It's expected to debut as #1 on the Hot 100 as well, too, so we'll be on the lookout for that. But in a nutshell, I would say it's definitely the return of the Kings. Any concerns about their hiatus were all just wiped out. And I would say the Gwanghwamun performance, it was definitely very iconic. Massive amounts of people just gathered at Gwanghwamun. It was a historic performance. They just showed their capabilities over there. And according to HYBE, a staggering amount of 100,000 people gathered apparently on the site. So that was definitely very iconic. On top of that, for the people like me who were afraid of crowds, watched on Netflix, and according to Netflix, the live stream peaked at 18.4 million concurrent viewers, ranking #1 in 24 countries globally. That is amazing. So on top, in terms of sales right now, the album is doing great. We are currently well over 4 million copies just in Korea for the first week of sales. More is to be expected definitely globally as well too. And the digital power has been proving BTS's influence so much. The music video title song Swim has hit 12.6 million views in just the first 5 hours of its release, and now it's currently racing towards 80 million views. That is insane. So definitely on Spotify, iTunes, all of these music charts, they are ranking #1. So yeah, it's more than a successful start.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah. Definitely, because we talk about BTS nonstop since they made a comeback in K Entertainment segment as well. So we can definitely feel their successful comeback. So we want to now talk about the comeback performance itself. So they performed at Gwanghwamun Square and also in New York as well with Spotify. So and the two stages had very different vibes. So can you tell us how they differentiated and what messages each of the stage conveyed?
Yes, so we can see they've been definitely very busy from Korea to the US, and they're already back in Korea. As for the Gwanghwamun stage, I would say they have sent out a message that they are back to their roots. So it is the perfect moment, the perfect stage culturally and historically. They performed at the heart of the soul. So it was a declaration that our foundation is Korea. So whereas when they were at New York, it was more of a little bit of a modern pop artist kind of moment. They looked very trendy and more US friendly. And also what we have to actually look into the US performances, not only were they very modern pop stars, but if you look at the accessories or the details of their outfits, they were very Korean inspired. They actually wore accessories like the Korean traditional norige, which caught a lot of media attention. So even when they were promoting in the US, they were, channeling back to their roots. Yeah.
Right, and speaking of roots, roots and identity, those are some words that BTS often mention also in interviews, and their fifth full-length album is called Arirang. We've been talking about this before, but David, why do you think they chose to come up with this album at this point of their career?
Yes, so speaking of this point of their career, it is right after their military service. So after the long tunnel of that military service, I think reuniting as a full group, they deeply contemplated on the essence of what their identity is. So they talk about identity a lot. And RM actually mentioned on a Weverse Live, after thinking and discussing amongst the members, they concluded that the strongest keywords that binds them and identifies them is being Korean. We are Korean. We are just countryside boys from, Korea. So I think they felt Arirang was the perfect word that could express them, and he also mentioned that it's a reinterpretation of Arirang. It's also the culmination of the Korean culture, but it's also themselves as a mature being, just showing Korean culture to the world as well. So I think it's now an evolution from the past BTS to a 2.0. They focused a lot on the adult selves, the post-military era. Their songs have matured a lot too if you listen to it. And if you look at the title song, Swim, it's very interesting because it's very different from their past title songs. The main message in Swim is definitely that life is like swimming. There's a lot of challenges, there's a lot of waves hitting you, but despite that, you just keep paddling through all those life choices every moment. And one thing to actually look into the music video is that there is a beautiful woman that appears as the main protagonist, and that is actually the representation of ARMY, their fandom. So they're saying that, you know, ARMY is the one that they're sailing with and keeps them afloat in the rough seas. So that is very heartwarming. And one interesting fact also is that the concept Arirang was proposed apparently by Chairman Bang Si-hyuk himself. And Bang Si-hyuk saw this vision saying that right now is the time for the BTS members to take on this symbolic challenge to not only promote your music and creativity, but also shine Korea's heritage and Arirang as well, too.
I think that was a very good choice. I mean, someone else could have come up with that title, but I think it's good for BTS to have done that because of their big influence right now.
And I think those meaningful messages that they have in their songs is kind of what draws the fans, ARMYs back to keep listening, to continue to listening to their songs as well. So now we want to talk about the album as well, but a little bit on the little different sides. There's also been some discussions among Jin and the album credits. So what's the context? Please tell us about what it's about and the reactions that you're seeing about this.
Yes, there's definitely a slight concern or controversy regarding Jin and his name being not included in the song credits. Apparently, it was revealed that during the LA song camp where the BTS members all gathered to produce the songs and write them, Jin was on tour. He was on his solo tour and he arrived late. And also because of the tour, he was exhausted and not in optimal condition. So it was more of like a consideration towards Jin from the members. And also some fans kept on going, still you could have waited a little bit for him to arrive, but RM reassured that nothing was very wrong with the procedure and Jin was very happy and like he was the core and held the BTS members all together as well too. So definitely in the inside there's nothing wrong going on. I think most importantly these might be valid questions from the fandom, especially Jin fans, in care for him. However, most importantly, the thing that Jin is happy and very active with the current performances and comeback is the most important thing. And also, I think we should focus a little bit more on the members' words themselves than actually projecting thoughts or creating controversies among the album. So if you look at the Netflix documentary that came out recently, they actually show a lot of the inside conversations and Jin's activities and participation on the album as well.
Right, I think it even almost starts with the part where Jin comes back to his other members after his tour.
Yes.
But yeah, let's now talk about you a little bit, David, and your real-time reaction video of the album, which I really enjoyed watching.
Oh my gosh.
So were there any tracks or moments that stood out to you? And tell us a bit about the fan response as well.
Yeah.
Maybe your fans as well.
I am a huge ARMY. It's a very difficult question because every time I hear this album, it's been on repeat for a week now, and my favorite song keeps on changing. I think the reason is it feels like me to like a high-end buffet. There's so much variety. It's so experimental. It's so different from their past tracks. The sound density, the quality is just amazing. I think it's a masterpiece. I think it's one of their best albums ever. My favorite track is definitely Body to Body. I'm a hype guy. I really like it, not only because of the hype club beat, but also there is the Arirang sample entirely included in the song, which makes it culturally significant. So it's incredibly hip and sexy at the same time. But as I said, my ranking keeps on changing. If I were to pick my top 5, it would be like Body to Body, Fire, Aliens 2.0, Hooligan, Swim, and Like Animals, basically the
And
whole
the whole
album.
album.
Yeah, basically. But I do think one thing we need to spotlight is this unique track called Number 29. I don't know if you've heard it, but
I have.
yes, it samples the sound of the divine bell of King Seondeok, and it creates this very sacred atmospherical vibe and pause in the middle of the album. It kind of serves like an intermission onto the more emotional and sensitive songs. So I think that was a very bold move. It was very experimental, and ARMYs have a goal to actually list it on the charts, and that's going to be very interesting to watch. Yeah.
I thought that was genius.
It was genius.
I mean, before the next track came out, I was just thinking, oh, maybe they did something on purpose to have a little just quiet rest in between. But then I listened closely to it, and then I heard the the nature sound. And now, after your interpretation, many more people will be more interested in the song, I guess.
Yes.
But I do have to really, I'm on the same page with you that my favorite songs keep changing.
I know.
I also want to mention Normal is also one of my favorite ones because I think you didn't mention that one. But
Oh yeah, it was there.
yes, it was
course.
there. Yes,
I know.
definitely.
And speaking of reactions related to the album, there has been also some mixed reactions on the album regarding the title track's tone and also relatively low Korean lyrics in the album as well. So tell us about this as well.
Yes, there definitely have been mixed reactions. I think that's also valid reactions too, because it's way different from what they actually showcased in the past. So especially for the title track Swim, when it got released, people were like, oh, wow, this is a long-awaited comeback. We did not expect such a very mellow and slow-tone song. They expected something very hype and dance core. So I think that was like a natural reaction. I myself, when I was doing my first reaction, thought Body to Body or Hooligan would have been a better title track. And on top of that, as you mentioned, when the Arirang title of the album was released, people thought it would be a very traditional Korean track with a lot of Korean lyrics, a lot of references to the Korean heritage and stuff, but it was totally different. So people were initially thinking, oh, what's this disconnect with the album concept and whatnot. But however, surprisingly enough, after watching the documentary, it was revealed that the members had the exact same concerns and exact same reactions as the public right now. What we're talking about the Korean lyrics, about the album concept, about Swim, they were all debated and conflicted about it. So yeah, I think it's a natural reaction. Nevertheless, ARMY is strong, BTS is strong, so they're just topping all these charts, and I think it's a masterpiece at the end. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
It was really a pleasant surprise to have the part of Arirang inside Body to Body, because we thought because they don't have a track that's actually called Arirang, that they might not have that Arirang folk song in there.
Right.
But last but not least, David, you're going to go to the Goyang concert.
Yes.
So what are you looking forward to the most?
Oh, wow. It's in a week, approximately, and I think seeing the ARMY bombs just sync all together, shine in rainbow colors, and the fan chants happening, just feeling the atmospherical vibes, them coming back after years, it's going to be phenomenal. I'm so ready to buy the merch, like the hoodies. I'm actually in my swim outfit today, as you noticed, the blue. So yeah, I am so ready. I still haven't got a hand on my ARMY bomb. That's very unfortunate, but still, there are rumors that the choreographies are going to be super dynamic, so I'm super excited about that, but I'm gonna have a blast. Yeah.
So jealous.
And I'm still going to wait for your reaction on that concert as well. It's probably going to be different from the comeback stage, duration-wise probably, and I also hope that RM is going to be recovered from his injury so that he can dance with his members as well. Well, thank you very much, David, for today, and looking forward to next time.
Thank you, David.
And thank you, Bella, as always. We're going to have you back here tomorrow.
Yes, I'll see you back tomorrow.